Humility is the honest measurement of the gap between the roots and the crown. It's the roaster who knows that the beans and the heat do most of the work, and I'm just there to be a witness to the process. It isn't self-deprecation, it's being the right-sized part of the mycorrhizal network. It allows us to learn from our mistakes instead of hiding them under a polished trunk. I'm Nick Walton. I'm a coffee roaster. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a wee little farmer, and I can't stop thinking about the invisible scripts that run our lives. You're listening to The Values Sort. This is a field guide to the values that shape the patterns of thinking and behaviors that end up shaping our entire lives. This is essay number 44, Humility. Let's get into it. I needed to look up the word effacing. I could use context clues. I got what it meant the first 1,000 times I thumbed through the deck. It means what I imagined it would. To erase, to make oneself smaller or less conspicuous. I am not humble. Not naturally. I'm loud and somewhat boorish, and I can be rude and perfectly monstrous the better you get to know me. I can be outlandish, just far, far, far too much sometimes. I would like to be more humble. I would like to be more modest, but I think self-effacing gets into complex territory. I am willing to shine less so that others may shine more. It's part of the job of humanity to lift one another up, to float all boats. But if I'm taking up all the space in the harbor, well, I reflect on this very thing we're doing together here now as you read or listen to this. I have told more than one person something to the effect of, this is for me. I don't need anyone to read my content, to listen to my podcast, to validate me in this. But, I want people to, right? The truth is, I'll share it now, 44 essays in. I hope there are people reading and listening to these. I do hope people are gathering value from my words. I hope people like, share, and subscribe. I'll go further, friends. I'm hoping this turns into something, which precipitates something else, which generates interest and energy for something more. I hope I look back at the second half of my life when I am very old and I see that the day I discovered the values deck was the day my life changed, the day something new began. I want to build a website. I want to write a book. I want to use this big mouth and my propensity for communication to benefit the people around me. That's what I want. Is that humble? Am I humble? There's the rub. In truth, I don't just want to help you. I don't only operate from a place of purity and altruism. I am beset by the needs of the one. And for me, for now, that means validation and comfort. It's to be known and beloved and appreciated. What does this say about me? It is a flowing gradient. There are moments when I can honestly say it's all about the other. When I'm sitting with someone doing their values sort, for instance, it's very nearly always this way. I do feel my best when I'm looking out for others. But there are other days when the gradient shifts and I am lowly and I am in need of validation. More than validation, sometimes praise. I lost a good friend once because of this. He had been, for a time, my very closest pal. We worked together and we played together. We invented the Schnecken together. It's a German word meaning snails, but commonly refers to cute little sticky buns. I've used the word as a stand-in for any kind of tasty treat since I saw the incomparable Nathan Lane use it in The Birdcage. When the Schnecken beckons, Lane says, sampling a second treat at the corner bodega. In our context, a Schnecken was a double shot of espresso, split into 2 5-ounce rocks glasses and topped with a little water, and a little cream if you're nasty. The point was a single pull of espresso shared between 2 people. It was our way of encouraging people to come and spend time together, and my friend and I did just that. But at a certain low point in my life, I cried out to him. I was flailing, I was thrashing about in need of validation and love and preferential affection, and it was too much for my friend to bear. It was too much for him to shoulder, holding me up in this time of great sorrow, and we drifted. That was all. I was not modest. I was not self-effacing. I sucked all the air out of the room. My lack of humility, my inability to see things from another person's point of view, was the death knell for our friendship. The Schnecken is meant to be shared, and I was drinking it all. I reflect on my marriage. It requires near constant recalibration to humility for both of us. We would call it preferring one another in love, which comes from the Bible. I think the thing I dislike about self-effacing is the implication of disappearing. The goal, from my standpoint, is not ultimately to become less, but to make space for others to become more. I reflect on my place of privilege in current society. I'm large, I'm white, I'm ruddy-cheeked and ruggedly built. I generally get along in this life just fine wherever I go. Nobody hassles me, nobody stops me and asks for papers. People usually trust my words. I do not walk around under the weight of strangers' suspicions. I have so far enjoyed the privileged position of not having to care. And I reflect on my wife, the woman. My friend, the black man. My friend, the trans man. What of them? Do they also enjoy my place of priority? Or are they standing lower on the ground that they were given? How can my modesty, perhaps even my self-effacement, make more room for them at the table? I am physically incapable of becoming small, but I am capable of moving over, and I am capable of blocking the door open. I've chosen to care, to try anyway, and I think it does take a choice, an endless series of choices actually, to give a shit about others. To root out any stem or seed of tokenism, to stop trying to earn my high place and start using it to pull others up. Maybe that's what humility for a loud man is. Not silence, but amplification of someone else.